This video is in association with MPEC vendors.
Can we pay for a wedding using Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Let's find out. Okay, so it's Saturday, tournament day is tomorrow. We are filming a little early this week, just because there's a few things I need to get done today, because I don't think I'll have time tomorrow. So we have sold a card, which I will show you in a moment, but we've also had some post arrive. Oh, that's the return address, not my address. We've had some post arrive, so we're going to crack these open and see what we've got to work with this week. There should hopefully be a nice rarity bump in one of these. This isn't all the cards I've ordered this week, just the ones that have arrived so far. So let's crack these open. I'll show you the card I sold as well. Okay, so here we are with the deck profile part of the video. I've kept this at a 40 card build. I honestly don't know how much longer I can keep it at a 40 card build. There's so many good cards. But let's start off with, of course, the 3 Chimera Fusion. Let's just make sure that this is all lined up properly for the camera. So there you go. 3 Chimera Fusion, which is, of course, our best fusion spell in the deck. It is, the fact that it's a quick play during the main phase is absolutely amazing for us. Then we have our best starter, which is, of course, Nightmare Apprentice. For those of you who don't know, it has an inherent summon by discarding another card to special summon itself. From there, when she is normal or special summoned, you can search your deck for any illusion monster you want. We then have Kotal, which is, of course, you discard it to add any monster that mentions Chimera Fusion. And when it's in the grave or on the field, as long as you control Chimera, the fusion monster, you can banish it to negate a card that targets one of your card or cards and destroy it. And then we have the Mirror Sword Knight at 3 as well. And Mirror Sword Knight, you contribute it for cost to special summon a monster that mentions Chimera Fusion. And when this card is on the field or in the graveyard, you can banish it to negate a monster effect on the field in chain to that effect. Then, of course, we have the 3 copies of Gazelle. I'll be honest with you, I knew why I ran this at 3 when it was branded Chimera, but now it's just Chimera Illusion. We could potentially look to drop a copy of Gazelle down the line if needed. Could be something to look into. And this guy is, when he is normal summoned, you can search your deck for either Chimera Fusion or level 5 Fiend. And when he's sent to the graveyard as fusion material, you can add any illusion monster from deck to hand. We then have 2 copies of Big Wing Berthamet, and when this guy is normal or special summoned, you can add a level 4 beast and /or a copy of Chimera Fusion. However, when you use that effect, you are then fusion locked for the turn, so bear that in mind. And then when he's sent to the graveyard as fusion material, you can special summon an illusion monster from your graveyard. Next up, we have 2 copies of Fight Fur Patchwork, which adds a Edge Imp monster and a copy of Polymerization from deck to hand. We have our 2 copies of Edge Imp Chain, which is when it's sent from hand or field to the graveyard, you can add a Fight Fur card. So they search each other, so whichever one you get gets the other one. And then, of course, our 2 copies of Polymerization that we then search off it. We then have our one of Master Tower the Enchanter, which, again, when sent to the graveyard, you can special summon an illusion monster from your graveyard in defense position, but then you are locked out of your graveyard except for illusion monsters for the rest of that turn. We then have Diabel's the Original Sin Keeper, which is kind of like an anti-spell fragrance in a certain way. So it stops your opponent from being able to just activate spells and traps. They have to set them first. So it shuts off things like Nibiru, Evenly Matched, not Nibiru, sorry, Imperm and Evenly Matched. It also shuts down any quick play spells that your opponent may have. And once per turn, when your opponent sets a card, you can pop a card you control and a card your opponent controls. So therefore, they have to really bait out those set cards. We are still maining Super Poly. I just feel in this format there's too much that Super Poly can do. At this stage, I think it came in really well in the main deck last week. So let's see how it does again this week. We then have 2 copies of Triple Tactics Talent in the main deck. Didn't really use it much last week, but when I did, it did win me the game against Ubel, as you saw. And then we have 3 copies of Ash Blossom. We have moved back over to hand traps for this week rather than board breakers, along with the 3 copies of Effect Railer, our 2 copies of Infinite Impermanence. Reason why I run this at 2 and this at 3 is because if you go into Guardian Chimera on your opponent's turn to pop 2, draw 1, or even pop 1, draw 2, and you draw this, at least it's live. You can use it. If you draw this, it's a dead card in your hand until the next turn. We then have our 1 copy of Cool Buy and our 1 copy of Foolish Burial. Now, Foolish Burial, it was a tech choice I put in last week. I'm not sure if it's going to stay next week or not. But the reason why I added it is purely and simply everything what the Beatrice combo tries to do, Foolish Burial just does in a single card. So, you know, that's why it's there. Hopefully it will earn its keep and its place, and also it can get you things like Kotal and Mirror Sword Knight into rotation if you've managed to get Fusion out and one of those pieces is still in the deck. Into the side, we are still running 1 copy of each of the Bestials, not just these 2. I don't know if they'll stay, in all honesty. They're there mainly because this obviously touches this, and when this is sent to the grave, you can send a special summon monster to the grave. But also the level 6 darks, so therefore this and a Mirror Sword Knight puts you into Chaos Angel. So it's just a way to kind of turbo out Chaos Angel a little bit more. We are still on the Harpy's Feather Duster. Again, I don't know if this is going to stay or not. I don't remember if I sided this in many games last week. We've got the Book of Eclipse, which was in the main last week, and it did do work. I was actually really impressed, but other than cutting things like Super Poly, I didn't know what else I could cut to fit this in with the hand trap lineup. So that's something I need to look into and test to see what's worth remaining in the main deck. Then we have our 3 copies of Cosmic. Cosmic is slowly becoming less redundant. Slowly becoming more redundant. Reason why you'd run Cosmic over any of the others initially was to stop Fire King Island, because it wasn't being destroyed, it was being banished, it wasn't proc either. But so many Snake Eye players now just cut the Fire King engine. So normally if you come across a Fire King deck now, it's Fire King Tri-Brigade, and honestly the field spell isn't that much of a threat in that sort of matchup. I am considering taking these out for Twin Twisters, just because so many decks that I'm struggling against are setting or having multiple back row and field spells activated. If you think of Ubel, there's Nightmare Pain, there's Nightmare Throne, there's Eternal Favourite, and a Ubel player, if they do their combos right, they can get 3, maybe 4 cards in their back row and field spells. And again, think Voiceless Voice with Barrier, with the trap card. You know, they've always got 2 to 3 in the back row as well. And this is giving up 1,000 life points, which could really cost you in time. Just to get rid of 1, when Twin Twisters is a discard to get rid of 2. So therefore, yeah, I'm just leaning more towards Twin Twister for next week. You know, just give it a try if nothing else. Then we're still running the 2 Alpha, the Master of Beast. This was put in as kind of a jokey card, just to see how it did. And it actually came in handy. Whenever I actually opened it, it really did come in handy. So I thought I'd give it another week in the side to see if that carries on. Then we have our 1 copy of Barrier Statue. This has been moved from the main to the side, just because more dark types, especially with things like Ubel, are popping up more and more. So therefore it's putting in less work. Against things like Voiceless Voice really hurts it, especially when they go down the route of summoning Diviner or something low, and then you can Imperm, Veiler, however you want to stop them, and have this on the field. It really, really makes them go into a grind game, and honestly, a lot of the time they can't out it at that point. And then our last card is Forbidden Droplet. So this nearly didn't make the deck list. This was initially going to be, I can't remember what I was going to do. I was going to put in, I think, I can't remember what I was going to put in now. I literally just put them away as well, and after I can't remember. One of them was going to be Nightmare Magician, and the other two was going to be something which, like I say, I can't remember. But the few times that Forbidden Droplet did come in handy, I felt like it kind of deserved another week out. I'm not a huge fan of the fact that you have to give up multiple cards to negate multiple things. But the quick play negate is always nice, because you can drop it from your hand on your turn, drop it from the field on your opponent's turn, and just really do some shenanigans there that your opponent just won't see coming. As for the extra deck hasn't really changed. Starting with our link package, it's just an SP Little Knight. I have ordered a Cross Sheep, and I want to give Cross Sheep a try. I can't remember what its effect does when a fusion monster special summons to a 0 points, so I think it specs back at level 4. I could be wrong on that, just don't quote me. But the fact as well that it's a Link 2, which is also a beast, I feel could actually add some value to the deck. Then of course we have our one copy of Chaos Angel, which, you know, not really much to say about Chaos Angel. One thing, quite stupidly though, I didn't know it banished a card when it was summoned, or could banish a card, so I haven't been activating that effect. Then we have Evolja Lars, which is of course a Omni Negate, but for face-up cards on the field. And then Typhoon, which is there for when shit goes wrong. We then have our Super Poly targets, which all come in handy. Then we have our 2 copies of Chimera, the King of Phantom Beasts. I'd love to get these as quarter century rare. So if anyone watching this has any of these quarter century rare and you're selling them for a good price, or you're open to trade, please let me know. Then we have our 2 copies of Baphomet, which again, a lot of people are now seeing the benefit of this at 2. So I'm glad to see people coming around on that, because it definitely is worth a 2. Then we have our OTK machine. I'm sorry, but in my opinion, this should have got the ulti printing in the OTS pack, not an Exodia head, because this is our ultimate boss monster and it's just sitting as a super. Then we have 1 copy of Magnum the Reliever. When it comes out, it does okay, but honestly, it's more kind of there for when I activate Chimera Fusion and then say it gets popped or removed, and then it's my only target to go into. So this might be the card I cut for Cross Sheep. And then of course our 2 copies of Guardian Chimera. Definitely happy I upped this to 2, and definitely worth running at 2. But this is the deck profile. This is what we're running tomorrow. So I will catch you guys there and see how we do, and hopefully we can get another positive result. But I will catch you guys tomorrow at Geek Retreat. So it's Sunday, it's tournament day, and we are getting ready. After what was said yesterday and some much thought, I did decide to swap out the Cosmics for the Twin Twisters this week, just to give it a go. Like I said, the discarding could be a little bit of a high cost for us, but also the 1,000 life points to just banish 1. Sorry about the shaky camera work there, I'm actually trying to hold the phone this time. I just feel like the pop 2, you know, we're equal in card advantage. I'm giving up 2 cards to pop 2 of theirs. However, it's more of an interruption, and I feel like this could get us somewhere. So I'm going to give this a go this week over Cosmic, and let's see how we do. Also, we just made a sale. We confirmed the sale the other day, but it's not going through till today. Mr. Matt is buying off me my 10-by roll. So we've worked out a deal. He's going to get 3 copies of every 10-by card currently in the game, apart from this fusion. He's only synchro. He's only getting 2 of these because I only have 2, because I've already given him 1 previously. And we've worked out that we will do this for £25 for the lot. I'm fully aware Pedra is selling at around £8 to £9 a copy. So for any of you quick maths, that's kind of £26 to £27 just for those three. However, other than the Synchro Monster that showed you, the rest are commons. So therefore they are pennies, literally just bulk. So all in all, I'd say the whole core, if you were to pick it up online through like Card Market or TCG Player, would most probably set you back around £30, if that, maybe a little less, but let's say 30 just to be on the safe side here. And when you're shipping this amount of cards, if time you add postage, you're going to be down to, and eBay's taking their fees if it's through eBay or Card Market, you are literally looking at around the £24 to £25 sale anyway. So you always got to factor that in when you're making real world deals. So we've agreed 25 quid for the lot. I will see him today at locals, so I will give him his cards and get my money. But I will see you guys over at Geek Retreat.
Please put it on top of the OE.
So we just opened the OTS pack that was over from last week, and boom, pulled the OE Diviner straight off the bat. So David always sorts us out good deals. I'm sorting him out a good deal, 35 quid, cash in hand, done. And that is David's now making his Drytron deck even fucking shinier. So hopefully we might grab a Drytron deck profile from David, because I know there's more support coming at some point. So it's nice to see how he's currently running the deck compared to how it would be then. So hold on to the back of the video. I'll get Drytron deck profiles. There we are, people trading. We're all getting involved, getting ready for the day. The first wave of people's in. We're going to get more people roll up. Hopefully we're going to hit that 20 plus again. But Geek Retreat looking healthy. There's Fee. Hi Fee. Yeah. So we just got back from locals and it really did not go well this week. I went 2-3. I'm not going to show any gameplay footage just because there isn't any really to show this week that's worthwhile showing. Game 1, I was against Solomon on U Bell. He's given me a deck profile which I'm going to upload to TikTok, so go over to TikTok and check that out. He did me in 2-0. I did misplay. He targeted Lars with material for an effect, and obviously it can't be targeted. But bigger picture, would not change the damn thing. Game 2, I got paired against Joe. As you know, I love playing against Joe, and he was on full power plants. And again, did me in 2-0. Again, I misplayed. I didn't activate my Bistro effect, and therefore I could have got rid of 2 of his cards instead of just 1. But yeah, again, we live and learn. But again, bigger picture, wouldn't change the damn thing. Game 3, I got paired up against Matt, who was on Spiral. Interesting, and yeah, Spiral Zen board, if it goes uninterrupted, is nuts. Just unfortunately, I opened Super Poly to take out his board. Game 1, and then game 2, he let me go first, and I set up my board. He just kind of looked at it and went, "Yeah, no, you win." So even though I won, it wasn't a good game. It didn't feel enjoyable. It was just, ugh. And then game 4, I got paired against Ashley, who was on some reptile plant thing. It was Ragnarika, but with bees and crawler stuff. And honestly, game 1 was such a grind, and it really shouldn't have been. And game 1 went over 30 minutes, I think. And then game 2, I just did not open well and lost that one 2-0. And then round 5, I got the bye. So we went 2-3. We came 9th, I believe, out of 19 people, which does show how bad a lot of people did. I don't really understand the. But there you go. From the pack from last week, I pulled the ulti, which I sold to David. I gave him a good price on it because obviously we're both part of MPEC. But now I will show you everything I picked up via trade, because I did a lot of trading this week. So I'll show you everything what we got. We'll go over that, and then that will be it for this week's video. I will try and upload some of the games throughout the week so you can see some of the game profile and tell me what you would do differently in my shoes, and then we'll go from there. But peace out. So starting off with, we have got the start of a King Sarcophagus engine. I am going to borrow the King Sark stuff off David for next week. We've upgraded to a secret rare, and we've got a secret rare Regeki. We've got some more branded cards, and this I picked up for Tillament along with these. They are mixed rarity. This one is the collector's rare, and then this one's just the ultra. But you know, at the minute I need the rarities. We picked up Nib as well because although it's not got any plans to sit in any deck, it's always a good one to have. And then I've got Iron Hands because I'm trying to complete the Fairy Tale deck just for my own collection. I picked this one up ready for when the Red Eyes Bandit Keith stuff come out. And then I picked this guy up just because it's Trap Tricks, same with White Dragon Head. Never seen it as an ultra. Clearly they do come as ultras, so I just wanted to pick it up because I thought it was cool. And let's turn it around this way so you can see it all. Dark Magician support. Shining Sarcophagus is getting their own version of Dark Magician, which is the Ebon of Dark Magician, or whatever the hell it's called, and it treats itself as a Dark Magician. And then this stuff over here is what we got for prizing this week, so we didn't pull anything too insane, but yeah, we managed to pick up quite a bit this week. So now I'm going to sleeve this all up properly, put it in the relative folders, and there we go. I've posted over on the MPEC Instagram, so please go check that out. I will tag it down below. I'm actually going to start uploading sales folders up there as well, so definitely check that out. And like I said, check out TikTok for Solomon's Ubel deck profile. Thank you.